So probably I'd say only 5% of golfers that I would coach get into the positions we're going to talk about today. And I've got a few ways of sharing with you that are going to make this so much easier to get, and it'll make your golf so much more consistent and playable and usable. So today, golfers, we're looking at stretch, reach and squeeze. So just 3 little words there to try and help you understand what we're looking at. The area of the golf swing I'm looking at today is this post-impact area here. What I see with most golfers, again probably 95% of golfers, is their arms won't create enough space or width as they swing through the golf ball. And their arms become buckled or chicken wingy as they go through the golf ball, and the body quite often will be down. So what we're looking to do basically is feel that we can stretch this golf club as far as it can towards target, squeeze your arms together, and basically reach as far out as we can and extend our body as much as we can. So we're looking for the body to have a roll, the arms to have a roll, and the club head to have a roll. We're really trying to throw that club head in the right area of the golf swing. We're trying to make it that the bottom of the swing is not the ball. We're trying to make the bottom of the swing past the golf ball, and we're really going to try and stretch and reach as much as we can through the golf ball to squeeze the arms. So I'm going to share with you lots of different ways of achieving this now with a few different exercises and drills. And take one, own one, use all 3, 4, and basically do a little bit and often of these exercises to improve your impact position and improve your ball striking and become that consistent golfer that you want to become. So the first thing we're going to talk about is this alignment rod I got here. And I'm just going to really try and get you to focus on trying to get your golf club as far past that rod as you can. Now we could put it into a position where I could say to you, okay, the club head can't reach it, and that's where you want to be. So we could put a rod here and sort of say, okay, how far through would you be at max extension to be able to reach that? And we can certainly use your golf bag and get to a position where, okay, max reach, you wouldn't hit the bag, and then you got to try and reach the bag. And that kind of thing is a great way of feeling the amount of reach that we want. I just want you to try and feel the reach comes with the handle and the club head as opposed to the body. So I want the body venting working up, as I talk quite a lot about the heart to the sky, and probably pushing the pelvis forward and up as well. So I really want to feel it. We're trying to, from this setup here, can I get the handle or the shaft here to get past that rod and really extend out as much as I can. So that's exercise number 1. Really try and stretch as much as you can to get there. Let's get into exercise number 2. Now, exercise number 2, I pinched from a good friend of mine, Adrian Bishop. This is a double towel drill. The objective here is to make sure we don't hit the towel on the way down, because if we do that, I'm obviously going to be dumping that club too early. So it helps shift that low point forward just by the very sense of it being a visual exercise. And then what we want to do is capture that towel with the club. So I can get that golf club to be traveling through and almost essentially a little low, which is the only thing you might say, okay, if we're extending up. But really, what I'm really trying to do is get the feeling of the club going forward and through and get that low point after the ball, that divot, that crispy divot after the ball. So we're trying to miss this towel, capture that towel. And we're going to do that whilst hitting the shot, but also with practice swings is pretty cool too. Let me have a go at hitting a ball and trying to miss and capture. Towel location, the back one is probably 2 club head widths behind the ball, and the front one is probably club head width and 3/4 in front of the golf ball. So that's where we're looking at in terms of location. And you see there, missed the rear towel, got the lead towel. That's exactly what we're after in order to get the feeling of shifting that low point forward and creating that stretch and squeeze with the arms. Now we're going to get a bit more specific in what the arms and how we can get those a little bit more squeezed in this next exercise. So the smart ball, one of my favorite tools to use. This is great for arm focus. So we take the ball, squeeze it between our upper forearms, keep that squeezed, and again feel that the heart starts going to the sky. Let it do its thing. Try and keep it squeezed and pose the finish. And that really made me feel I can move differently. It's probably the hardest one of those drills in terms of the physicality and how it makes me do something different. But it's a great tool to use to get that arm structure that we want in the golf swing, particularly through the ball. If you're struggling to keep that ball post-impact, we know you're getting into that chicken wingy shape. Now, one thing we haven't talked about is the reasons why this might be happening. So this might happen through the golf ball because of your plane, because of the club face, because of the way you're shifting your weight. But ultimately, the things we've talked about today will help any golfer. If we get these arms more squeezed and stretched and reaching through the golf ball, you will become a more consistent version of you and improve your ball striking and the consistency, and also that club face control too. When the arms break down, the wrists will break down, and that club head control will also go. So we're really looking at achieving this, no matter what level of golfer you are, no matter what type of swing you have or swing faults you have, this and these things will help you.